It is in human nature for individuals to desire fitting into a collective group that is larger than themselves. This is not a new concept. Humans have banded together since ancient times in order to protect themselves from foreign enemies and to build power. Standing alone is difficult and can be a scary thing, especially if you are surrounded by people who think differently. The average retail investor has lived a comfortably average life and is used to agreeing with other people. They find solace in the fact that others feel the same way as they do, and this is usually because people enjoy being right. Human beings have taken collectivism to its highest level. In almost every field or industry, there are ways of thoughts or beliefs that are deeply ingrained into the minds of people and are generally accepted as norms. This general consensus is established by members of the group so that every member of the group feels that they have control over external factors that in reality they have very little control over. Uncertainty creates fear in investors and causes them to lose confidence. It is no surprise that investors seek to eliminate uncertainty by establishing a consensus. The general consensus gives an average investor the peace of mind that they have company and that they aren't the lone man out. The reality is that the general consensus is almost always wrong. The ideas that the masses believe hardly turn out to be true. In this article, we will go over why this is the case and how you can pave your own path to success. The first reason why the general consensus is most likely what you should avoid following is because if everyone knew what worked, everyone would be successful. If you take a second to identify who believes in the general consensus, you will be looking at a group of people who are inexperienced, naive, and usually have a short-term mindset. Long-term investors do not need to rely on a consensus to give them confidence in their investments. Consensus is often developed on forums or social media platforms such as Twitter or Reddit. The prevailing narrative will usually be very visible and promoted by many members of the community. Views that contrast the prevailing norm will often be hidden or receive negative feedback from the community. It is in this way that a community is able to develop a general consensus and shun all opposing viewpoints. What you must realize is that the people who develop rules and dictate what is a good investment or not are usually quite fearful themselves. They fear being wrong, fear losing money, and fear being the only one who believes in something. It is because of fear that they never succeed and tend to act in emotional ways. To be an intelligent investor, you must not fear information that contradicts what you currently believe but welcome it. If you were truly confident that what you believe is the truth, you would not fear opposing views. Such views would only confirm the truth that you believe, because they would be unequivocally false. People who rely on the general consensus cannot believe that all of these people could possibly be wrong. Oftentimes, friends or family fall into the category of people that foolish investors naively trust. In the game of investing, you cannot trust in anyone except yourself. If a general consensus exists, you must realize that it is leading the sheep into the slaughterhouse. When you are ridiculed for your views and receive negative backlash from the masses of people, you may just be onto something great. The key is to realize that if everyone was able to accurately predict the future, they would all be rich instead of posting on websites such as Reddit. To outsmart the market, you must take a holistic view of the market and realize exactly what is going on beneath the surface. The second reason you must avoid the general consensus like it is the plague is because the prevailing narrative is manufactured and influenced by the media and influencers. Propaganda and brainwashing are absolutely prevalent in the crypto industry, and it is becoming increasingly difficult to find out what the truth really is. The views of the majority of the market participants often reflect financial news from mainstream outlets. Nearly everything you hear is part of this endless echo chamber of ideas coming from the mainstream media. To succeed, you must become deaf to all noise and be as objective as possible. The best way to be objective is to find out what the herd is thinking and to countertrade them. The herd may win temporary battles, but they never win the war. The consensus never leads people to success. Only those who do unordinary things and walk in the opposite direction from the pack succeed in this world. To become a powerful investor, you must never allow the consensus to influence your decisions. In conclusion, you must never identify with what the general consensus is if you wish to succeed. Be deaf to everything you hear, unless you are trying to find out what is going on in the minds of the masses of people. Above all, be incredibly wary and cautious of the ideas of other people, especially if their conviction is incredibly high. Those who know the least are often the loudest, and those who know the truth usually keep it for themselves. If you found this video educational, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one.